You ever have those projects where things don't quite go right? Well, this is one of them. I need to build a organizer or storage box for my drafting equipment. Jade seems to think that if a pencil or a pen is on the countertop and exposed, it's free game. And so I need to solve that issue. Now, during this time, I also decided it was time to stop smoking. And so I'm trying to keep myself occupied, not trying to change my routine too much or the activities that I do too much. And so I figured, why not do what I always do and create something to fill a need and keep myself busy that way? And about this point is where I started realizing my patience wasn't exactly the best, and my concentration was iffy at most during this period. But I forged on, kept going, and felt like this wasn't going to be anything out of the ordinary, and I could get this finished, and it would turn out the way I wanted it to. I'm chiseling out a spot for the divider to go into so that it stretches across the entire length of the box. And you'll see the end result of that here in just a minute. things probably would have been fine if I would have left everything at this point. However, I felt I needed one more divider, and that didn't quite go as I had planned. Here I've got everything pre-finished and ready to get it glued together and assembled. And this process took me a couple times to figure out a way to do this where it actually worked fairly well. But I discovered in my haste that I failed to actually glue down the partitions, and that's going to come back to bite me. And here's the point where I realized that everything wasn't glued in place like it was supposed to, because I had completely missed getting the smaller partitions glued down. After getting it finished, letting it set for a couple days, I decided I wasn't really happy with how it turned out. So, round two. Let's try something completely different. By this point, I'm really struggling. I'm about 2 weeks into not having a smoke. And this very quickly became obvious that was one, not repairable, not usable, and an abject failure in every sense of the word. So, round three, we try a different design. This one seemed to work okay. Everything appeared to be good, appeared to be going together the way I wanted it to, but that turned out to not be the case. And once again, I go through the process of refinishing everything, getting it all glued together. And this is where it fell apart. Literally. Now let's see if I can get lucky and actually clean it up a little bit and save this box. These are the three boxes I ended up with. This one turned out okay. Didn't quite meet what I needed. It was a little bit smaller than I needed. and I had an issue with the dividers, but I have a friend that can actually use this, and so as soon as I can get it to him, it will become his and still be put to use. The lid doesn't quite fit right, but it is close. So while not perfect, I don't think it actually qualifies as a failure. It just didn't turn out the way I was hoping that it would. The second box, completely different design. As you can see, I'm just trying to play with it. This again didn't quite turn out the way that I wanted it to. The joints are a little bit off. Something just didn't quite go right with the glue up, and so it is just a touch off. This actually fits a little bit better for what I had in mind. I do have a couple of hinges on it that were left over from another project. So this one, while again not perfect, it is definitely usable. And as you can see, I'm actually, actively using it, and it is going to continue to store stuff like this. The third box turned out a little bit better. At this point, I definitely was feeling a little bit better, able to concentrate a little bit better. It still is a little bit off, not quite what I was planning on having it turn out as, but as you can see, it is perfectly fine. Again, using a couple of leftover hinges from another project. It is more than, definitely very usable. And looks better than the other two. There you have it. 1, 2, and 3 boxes that I designed, put together while I was stopping smoking, going through nicotine withdrawals, being very anxious, not able to really concentrate. I'm not feeling like I definitely did my best work, but I still have a usable product for all 3 options. And it's just part of the fun that we deal with in life, and as the choices that we make that impact things. But as you can see, I didn't give up. I figured out something that was going to work, and I'm okay with the end result of this. So again, not everything needs to be perfect, not everything has to go perfect. As long as it's usable and it meets the needs, that's the important thing. So I greatly appreciate you watching the video. Hopefully you liked it, and I will see you on the next one. Have a wonderful day.